When a girl is still a baby, she has the superpower to quickly control herself. When she grew up, her father would definitely take her with him every time he went out. As long as she puts her hand into the sea to cheat, no matter what she says, the fish will consciously come to her. However, fatal danger also ensues. If she is frightened, everyone around her will instantly lose her mind. No one is lucky. This is a partial and lonely building. The residents on the road lead a comfortable life that is self-sufficient and without disputes. However, a storm broke the tranquility here. An unidentified trial boat was found on the shore of the island. Because it was impossible to turn the body over in time, Bobby quickly respected Chuan Song sincerely. Blood instantly dyed the surrounding seawater red. Suddenly he heard a baby crying. Then he quickly reported him to the police. When the doctor prescribes Bobby's clothes, he prepares them, but found that the wound was a miraculously fast resource. The doctor looked at the child with a serious look on his face. I didn't know that his arrival would completely change. Bobby's wife just had a miscarriage. Her mother is also seriously ill and is expected to be alive in less than 10 days. Time flies and a few years pass and the children have grown up. Bobby and his wife loved her very much and regarded her as their own. Since she came to the island, people have become uneasy at all. Everyone's face is shining with happiness. Bila cured the people on the island who were in bad mood and in poor health. Not only did her grandmother not fully recover, she seemed to be much younger. For minor injuries, even the small acupuncture clinic on the island is closed. I often come to see her for treatment, and I stay with a woman who has sex with her to cheat on my clients. In an instant I came out refreshed. There was a regular queue outside the house. As for Gongxian and Neil coming to the mountains to play, all flew into her hands without fear and countless numbers. But watching birds from my friends, because of the fear that Ella felt because of her screams, all the bees died in an instant. She asked Neil not to tell anyone about this. At night Hyun's board men start a free Kwanji competition. 8-1. I returned home with a bruised face. Sit quietly next to my daughter's bed. Her face couldn't get any better during the day. The next day, there was naturally a line of people waiting for treatment outside his house. Bobby takes Ella with him. At the same time, other friends on the island came to play on the mountain. After it started raining, Ella put her hand into the sea. Next, just wait for the fish to swim over on their own. The friends on the mountain played an adventure game. Let one of them eat the red wild fruit. Later, I plan to imitate adults and seek treatment from Ella. Seeing the other person's hesitation, the yellow cat grabbed the wild fruits and stuffed them all into his mouth. The fish on Ella's side began to swim towards him non-stop. The adults are also ready to be recruited. Several people ran home and found that Ella was not there. This is Huang Mao, who seems to believe in sending away. Although the doctor helped him vomit out the fruit in time. But because my faith alone is too strong, even after secretly rescuing someone, he still did not hesitate to do anything. The adults caught a lot of fish at this time. By the time they dared to go home, Huang Mao had already broken off. It was the first time Ella encountered such a painful thing. He came to the mountain alone. I want to revive the dead little Nifeng. I found Shanko, but I couldn't help myself. This shows that Ella has lost her superpowers. Next, Bobby had to announce to everyone. The doctor's pillow shop will reopen. Continue to serve the residents of the island. Just when everyone doesn't understand the truth, Bobby raised his left hand and recorded the business conversation that he failed to mediate. It means that Ella has never experienced the history of her friends. His healing powers disappeared as well. Everyone is asked to temporarily stop visitation. Everyone lost their composure immediately after hearing this. I think Bobby and his wife benefited the most, and it seems that the two of them haven't changed over the years. At this time, Ella's grandmother was the first to jump out an object. He said that asking them to adopt Ella was a big deal, and he raised his hands. Now, to be fair, everyone is also asked to vote by a show of hands to decide whether to continue the visit. The greed and selfishness of human nature are forbidden by the spiritual power displayed at this moment. The next day, the usual team continued to appear outside the house. Since Bobby is the person in charge of this guide, Huang Mao's parents found him because of his brother's death. My sister's situation is not very good, and the couple plans to leave this guide. Give your daughter a change of heart and promise not to mention anything about Ella to outsiders. But Bobby thinks that everyone has reached an agreement and cannot leave this guide. Without Ella's treatment, Grandma's illness relapsed, started to become random and suspicious. If it weren't for Ella these years, he had gone to heaven a long time ago. A few days later, when his mother was giving Ella a lifetime gift, she discovered the injury on her finger. Ko Zheng quickly intervened, and Bobby's stab wound disappeared in an instant. The wife wanted to tell Ella's grandmother immediately. The whole guide will come to disturb Ella again. As his parents, we must keep this secret. Originally, the doctor planned to help Huang Mao's parents get a search boat. By the way, I took my son Neil away. Who knows, the other party has already started repairing the boat. He also said that he could bring 2 more people with him. I saw my mother talking nonsense again. Ella's mother took her upstairs. After coming out of Ella's room, Grandma suddenly became very energetic again. Without Ella's participation, men can't make up for anything at all. If this continues, we may not be able to survive the winter. Life begins to pack up and prepare to leave the island. Grandma, who was very cruel, gave Bobby and his wife a search idea. Let Ella drink sleeping pills at night. After she falls asleep, carry her to the boat. I also have the idea of leaving the island. Insist on giving Ella river sleeping pills. She just wants to maintain her original life. Then the heavy people prepared to carry the tax-fed Ella to the boat. People returned to the good harvest days. But Ella doesn't seem to be fast at all. The doctor quietly told her. Grandma Ella saw this scene. And next she will attack the poor doctor. Ella felt a little uneasy sleeping at night. The little fish in the bottle also died for no reason. It seems like something bad will happen to bathers. When the doctor came home, he found Grandma Ella already at her house. Little did she know that she had secretly put Duigua into her drinking butt, because she knows that she has always liked bare mouth. When he returned home after leaving, his son mentally prepared to set fire to the doctor's house. At the same time, Bobby secretly picked up Ella and prepared to leave the island. This is the doctor's toxicity, which soon started to show up. Red wildfire flows from the wine bottle. I saw his house suddenly burst into flames. Huang Mao's parents left quickly. Looking at the huge fire in front of you, you kept crying for your father. When Bobby came over, he found that Huang Mao's family had left the building empty. I fled to the beach and saw their boat gradually getting away. Bobby wanted to go in and save people, but the fire was too big and he couldn't get close. The next day a speedboat visited the island. Bobby's little brother took the pistol with him. Turns out that the policewoman and the shooter are here. Bobby noticed that there was a gun on the speedboat. The other party claimed that someone reported the existence of the island and generally raised the issue. Requests to visit Iraga. All the residents on the island were not friendly to their arrival. At this time Neil came to the speedboat. Request support via intercom. Then Neil came nearby with a gun and hid. The social worker thought it was necessary to take him away for further communication. But his grandmother was the first to stand up and object. But the policewoman still planned to leave by force. However, I was hindered by Bobby's old son. Chaos ensued among the crowd. The policewoman accidentally injured Bobby. Zaijiuzi immediately shot and killed him. Grandma quickly brought a glass of water with sleeping pills. The 2 planned to force Ella to drink it. At this point Neil really couldn't stand it anymore. Suddenly burst in with a gun. At the same time, he already knew that his grandmother killed his father. As a result, tragedy happened the next second. Ella discovers her grandma has been shot. The living room is also filled with corpses. In this way, there are only Thai artists left on the entire island. And then he should go and be under no one. This is the end of the film.